Lament. Why is the Russian Navy declining? What is the gap compared to the Chinese Navy? In the realm of military observation, a phenomenon gives pause for thought. In recent years, as the year draws to a close, the Russian Navy seems to be consistently shrouded in gloom. Take the recent year of 2024, for example. On the night of December 17, a fire broke out at the Severnaya Shipyard in St. Petersburg. The point of origin was none other than the unfinished Rezky frigate. The blaze quickly spread, raging until the following morning and engulfing nearly 1,000 square meters of the ship. Subsequent photos revealed significant damage, with the mast and superstructure collapsed and destroyed, the vertical launch system disfigured, and the main structure severely impacted. To make matters worse, a fire truck en route to the scene was involved in an accident due to heavy local snowfall. This series of events serves as a stark warning, sounding the alarm for the Russian Navy. Today, with a professional and incisive perspective, let's delve into the current state of the Russian Navy, compare it with the rapidly developing Chinese Navy, and explore the root causes of its decline. This is not just an examination of the naval power of two nations, but a deep insight into the changing global military landscape. In this information-saturated era, we strive to present readers with the most authentic and valuable military analysis, offering a unique perspective on the military world. Now, let's proceed to the main body of the text, beginning with the Russian Navy's ship accidents, gradually uncovering the veil of its decline, and drawing a sharp contrast with the development of the Chinese Navy to explore the deeper reasons behind it. Frequent accidents in the Russian Navy, a microcosm of internal chaos. In recent years, accidents involving Russian naval vessels have been frequent, and the Rezky frigate fire is not an isolated incident. In the winter of 2018, the floating dock where the aircraft carrier Admiral Kuznetsov was moored sank due to a power outage, and a crane collapsed, damaging the carrier's flight deck. In December 2019, during repairs, the same carrier caught fire when welding sparks ignited paint, with the blaze covering over 600 square meters. Between 2010 and 2015, Russia accounted for 5 of the 8 submarine fire incidents worldwide. For instance, in February 2010, the K-480A K-Bars nuclear submarine, undergoing repairs at the Zvezda Ship Repair Center in Severnaya, experienced a fire that took firefighters 15 hours to extinguish. In March 2014, a Russian naval nuclear submarine caught fire while being coated with a special layer at the Naval Shipyard in Murmansk, even causing a leak of nuclear fuel inside the submarine. These frequent accidents exposed the internal management chaos within the Russian Navy. Low worker quality, weak safety awareness, and disorganized on-site coordination are all significant contributing factors to these incidents. At the same time, this also reflects serious deficiencies in the Russian Navy's ship maintenance, personnel training, and safety management. Compared to the U.S. Navy, which has a strict and comprehensive system for ship maintenance and personnel training, its accident rate is significantly lower than that of the Russian Navy. In the global military power balance, frequent naval accidents undoubtedly weaken the Russian Navy's overall strength and international reputation, affecting its standing on the international military stage. 2. The scourge of the Navy under economic hardship, a vicious cycle of low pay and corruption. Long-term economic stagnation has had a profound impact on the Russian Navy. The salaries of naval officers and sailors, shipyard workers, and technical engineers have drastically decreased. Retired university professors receive only 10,000 rubles in monthly pension, and the monthly salary of naval shipyard workers is even less than the tips given to young models who provide escort services. Such low pay has fostered widespread corruption. When the Nastoychevy Project 956 destroyer was decommissioned and dismantled, its copper propellers were reportedly swapped and sold on the black market by the captain and others. This type of corruption has been common since the collapse of the Soviet Union, seriously affecting the quality of naval vessel maintenance and construction progress. Taking the U.S. Navy as an example, the United States, with its strong economic power, provides generous compensation to naval personnel, attracting a large number of outstanding talents. Simultaneously, a robust oversight mechanism effectively curbs corruption. The Russian Navy, due to its economic difficulties, cannot provide its personnel with reasonable remuneration, leading to a severe brain drain and rampant corruption. In terms of ship construction and maintenance, funding shortages make it difficult for the Russian Navy to update equipment and adopt new technologies, further widening the gap with other powerful navies. This vicious cycle of economics and military affairs severely constrains the development of the Russian Navy, gradually putting it at a disadvantage in global naval competition. 3. An analysis of Russian naval surface vessel strength, a dual predicament of scale and quality. In terms of scale, the Russian Navy's active surface fleet appears sizable, including the aircraft carrier Admiral Kuznetsov, the massive nuclear-powered cruisers Pyotr Veliky and Admiral Nakhimov, 3 Slava-class cruisers, 3 Severnaya-class destroyers, 8 Udaloy-class destroyers, and 35 frigates. However, a deeper analysis reveals significant problems. Many vessels are either undergoing maintenance, upgrades, or modifications and will not be able to perform missions in the short term, such as the Admiral Nakhimov supercruiser and the Moskva guided missile cruiser. Considering the capabilities of Russian shipyards, some vessels may even be mothballed long-term and subsequently forced into retirement. After accounting for these factors, the Russian Navy has only a little over 24 deployable vessels with a full displacement exceeding 1,800 tons, and many of these lack sufficient endurance for long-range operations and have outdated electronic systems. Compared to the U.S. Navy, the United States possesses a vast and advanced aircraft carrier battle group, with its surface combatants far surpassing Russia's in quantity, quality, and technological sophistication. In global naval rankings, the Russian Navy's surface vessel strength can no longer be compared with naval powers like the United States and China. For example, the U.S. Navy's Ford-class aircraft carrier incorporates numerous advanced technologies, has a displacement exceeding 100,000 tons, carries a large number of aircraft, and boasts powerful combat capabilities. In contrast, Russia's Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier has been in service for many years, suffered frequent malfunctions, and became a laughingstock when it deployed to Syria in 2016 due to carrier-borne aircraft crashes and propulsion issues. The dual predicament of scale and quality in the Russian Navy's surface fleet significantly diminishes its deterrent and combat capabilities in modern naval warfare. For the pain of aircraft carriers and amphibious assault ships, the Russian Navy's strategic shortcomings. Aircraft carriers and amphibious assault ships are crucial strategic assets for modern navies, but the Russian Navy faces immense difficulties in both areas. The Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier has had a troubled fate, suffering multiple accidents, and may face retirement. As Russia has been largely unable to construct combat vessels over 5,000 tons for many years, new aircraft carriers remain only at the model and PPT stages, making Russia the only permanent member of the UN Security Council without an operational aircraft carrier. More critically, the last batch of Russian naval aviators has seen their skills degrade due to a lack of training for carrier takeoffs and landings, making it difficult to form an effective fighting force even if a new carrier were to enter service in the future. Regarding amphibious assault ships, after the 2008 Russo-Georgian conflict, Russia recognized their importance and attempted to purchase Mistral-class amphibious assault ships from France. However, due to the Ukrainian issue, France breached the contract under heavy pressure from the United States. Although Russia subsequently began construction of two Project 23900 Universal Amphibious Assault Ships, they are expected to enter service between 2025 and 2027, and their performance lags behind comparable U.S. and Chinese vessels. Compared to the U.S. Navy, which possesses multiple amphibious assault ships displacing tens of thousands of tons, capable of carrying a large number of helicopters and vertical/short takeoff and landing (V/STOL) aircraft, and possessing powerful amphibious combat capabilities, the Russian Navy's shortcomings in aircraft carriers and amphibious assault ships severely restrict its blue water and amphibious projection capabilities, placing it in a passive position in the global military strategic layout. Via the rise of the Chinese Navy, a striking contrast with the Russian Navy. In stark contrast to the decline of the Russian Navy, the Chinese Navy is demonstrating unprecedented speed of development. Just days after the Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier fire 2 years ago, China's first domestically built aircraft carrier, the Shandong, was commissioned in Hainan. During this year's Navy Day, 3 major combatants, the Type 055 large destroyer Dalian, the amphibious assault ship Hainan, and the strategic nuclear submarine Long March 18, were simultaneously commissioned at a naval base in Sanya. The Type 054A class frigates saw a massive construction volume of 30 ships within 12 years, and with more Type 055 large destroyers and improved Type 052D destroyers entering service, the Type 054A class frigates are even about to phase out of carrier strike groups. Among China's 3 major fleets, the South Sea Fleet's strength has developed particularly rapidly. After the Shandong entered service and was assigned to the South Sea Fleet, it became China's first carrier-based naval force operating on a routine basis. The South Sea Fleet's surface combat power is considerable, boasting 6 Type 052D class, 2 Type 052C class, 2 Type 052B class, 2 Type 051 class, and 1 Type 051B class destroyers. In the future, it will also have 2 to 4 Type 055 class large destroyers, as well as 10 Type 054A class and 23 Type 056 series frigates. In terms of amphibious warfare capability, the South Sea Fleet has 4 Type 071 class dock landing ships, over a dozen tank landing ships, and will soon be equipped with Type 075 class amphibious assault ships. For its submarine force, the total number of submarines in the South Sea Fleet exceeds that of any other major fleet, with conventional submarine numbers at least comparable to the Russian Navy, and nuclear submarine numbers exceeding half of Russia's equivalent. Compared to the Russian Navy, the Chinese Navy has achieved comprehensive superiority in vessel quantity, quality, technological level, and combat capability, steadily advancing towards becoming a world-class navy. 6. The global naval power landscape, future challenges for the Russian Navy. In the global naval power landscape, the U.S. Navy maintains its dominant position due to its formidable strength. The rapid development of the Chinese Navy in recent years has made it a significant pole in global naval power, achieving remarkable success in shipbuilding speed and technological innovation. In contrast, the Russian Navy's strength has gradually declined due to internal management chaos, economic difficulties, and aging vessels. Some netizens even believe that the Russian Navy's surface fleet would struggle to contend with the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force without Allied assistance. In the Arctic region, while Russia attempts to leverage its geographical advantage to maintain some naval influence, increasing attention and military investment in the Arctic by countries like the United States and Canada are putting continuous pressure on Russia. From a global strategic perspective, the decline of the Russian Navy may affect its voice and influence in international affairs. In regional conflicts and international disputes, a weak naval force may make it difficult to effectively protect its interests. The rise of the Chinese Navy, on the other hand, provides a solid guarantee for safeguarding national sovereignty, security, and development interests, and plays an increasingly important role in maintaining regional peace and stability. If the Russian Navy is to reverse its current situation, it needs to undertake profound reforms in internal management, economic support, and technological innovation. Otherwise, it will face even more severe challenges in the global naval power competition. The decline of the Russian Navy is the result of a combination of factors, including internal management chaos, economic difficulties, corruption, and technological stagnation, which have led to a gradual loss of advantage in the global naval power landscape. In contrast, the rapid rise of the Chinese Navy demonstrates strong development vitality and potential. In today's era of rapid technological advancement and complex international security situations, the development of naval power holds undeniable strategic significance for a nation. The Russian Navy must deeply reflect and actively reform to regain its position on the future international military stage. Meanwhile, the Chinese Navy should continue to maintain its development momentum and continuously enhance its strength to contribute more to global peace and security. We hope that readers will continue to follow our military analysis content and witness the development and changes in global naval power. If you have any insights on the development of the Russian or Chinese navies, please feel free to leave comments and interact with us, as we collectively explore the mysteries of the military domain.